This case is getting more and more deeper by the day, hour, minute, and the second. Shanquella Robinson's life was brutally taken by one of her so-called friends in CABO, Mexico on October 29th, 2022, while the rest of her so-called friends stood by and watched it happen. Shanquella was a 25-year young woman who had a bright future ahead of her. Dejanay Jackson was caught on camera brutally beating Shanquella Robinson, but we don't know if that was the fatal blow that caused her demise. As far as the arrest warrant goes, everyone, including myself, believe that Dejanay Jackson is the person in question that they are looking for. On today's video, I'm going to be talking about the other video that the Mexican authorities have in their possession and the 1-hour-long interview that the lead attorney had with Gerardo Zuniga. But before we get started, make sure you hit that subscribe button, tap the notification bell, comment, share, and like this video. What's up, my Shady Bells? Letitia here, and I am back again with another video. Okay, so according to Gerardo Zuniga, there's another video surfacing that the Mexican authorities have in their possession. And in this video that they have, basically it is a video of a woman, an unidentified woman who was supposedly intervening Shanquella and Dejanay. I'm going to finish making my tea and then we're going to sit down and talk about it. Right, so let's go ahead and get into it. So Gerardo Zuniga had an interview with the lead attorney right here on YouTube, and he talked about a lot of different things in terms of the arrest warrant, why the person in question, which we believe is Dejanay Jackson, hasn't been arrested yet, and some details about the video, the second video that the Mexican authorities have in their possession. And we're going to get into all of that in this video. I did write down some notes, guys. It was just so much information that I couldn't remember all of it. So if you see me looking down, that's me looking down at my notes. And we just going to go ahead and get right into it. So before we get into it, make sure you guys go ahead over there to the lead attorney channel. I'm going to put the description to the video where the full interview is on his channel. I'm going to put that link in the description of this video, the description box of this video, and I'm going to pin it in the comment section as well so that you guys can go over there and watch the full video itself. The lead attorney is bilingual, so he was able to get an exclusive interview with the investigative journalist Gerardo. That Gerardo pointed out is how corrupt the Mexican police authorities, their police system is over there in Mexico. It's a very, very corrupt system over there, and him doing these type of stories, he's definitely putting his life on the line. So we want to send a huge shout out and a thank you to Mr. Gerardo Zuniga for all of his efforts and his time that he's given to us over here as American citizens, and for the family of Shanquella Robinson. So we thank you and we appreciate you for just, you know, doing what you're doing to help out this case and getting all the details and the information in this case to us over here in America, especially for Shanquella Robinson's parents and the rest of her family. Yes, kudos to Mr. Gerardo. So Gerardo talked about femicide and how the fact that the crime was recorded, it would carry a longer sentence. Because it was recorded, this sentence carries a 20-year sentence, and it can also go up to 50 years. If you guys come over to my, if you guys want to, you can check out my video where I talked about femicide and, you know, just how corrupt the Mexican prison system is. Check out my video for that. That's the last video that I posted on this channel. So go ahead and check that out. Geraldo also said he's hearing from his connects and, you know, colleagues that the person on the arrest warrant is, in fact, Daejhanae Jackson. And we all thought that that's who it was anyway. So that's not surprising to us because of the simple fact that it was said that the arrest warrant said that it is the person who was the aggressor. So we know that the video that we saw with Daejhanae Jackson beating up Shanquella, she was the aggressor in that video. So we all kind of figured that it was her anyway. So that's not really surprising. He also talked about how the person's name on the arrest warrant has to be kept private until a red notice is released. And the red notice is a request to law enforcement worldwide to locate and provisionally arrest a person pending extradition or surrender. Okay, so basically, this red notice has to be released in order for them to even release the name of the person who is named on the arrest warrant. And according to what he's hearing, like I said, it is definitely Daejhanae Jackson. And for him to just be saying all of this, he's definitely putting his life on the line. He is putting his reputation on the line over there in Mexico. You know, the authorities over there in that country, they do not take too kindly to a person going against what their corrupt system is doing, especially if they're going to be speaking to other countries about what's going on over there as far as their police system is concerned. Geraldo says that in the second video, there was a woman trying to intervene in the fight. Now, my thing is, why wasn't it one of the men trying to intervene in this fight? Why did it take for a woman to come over from wherever she was, in the next room, the back room, wherever? Why did it take for a woman to come over to try to intervene in this fight when there were men in the room? Why? Okay. He also said that the woman heard screams and blows from a bedroom in the back of the luxury villa they were staying in. Geraldo stated that he hasn't seen the video. However, he's getting this information from one of his connects, and he's not sure if the woman that is in the video is Winter Donovan. He's not sure if it's Winter Donovan or if it was Elise. He said the unnamed person, which we believe is Daejhanae Jackson, will be detained in a medium security prison. And the name of that prison is San Jose del Cabo, which is located in Cabo, St. Lucia, Mexico. In my last video, I also talked about the conditions in the Mexican prisons. So I'm going to do some research on San Jose del Cabo prison and come back to you with another video and just give you some, you know, information on how the prison system, how that prison is conducted. And I believe, if I'm not mistaken, I heard him also say that this is a unisex prison, but they're not together in the prison. But there are males and females in this prison on the same campus, basically. If Dejanay Jackson is convicted of this crime, which is femicide, the sentence will be given by a judge, and also a judge will be over the trial. This will not be a jury trial. Another thing that I talked about in my last video, the fact that Mexico does not have jury trials. And in that video that I did also talk about the differences between a jury trial and a judge trial, the pros and the cons. So guys, please go and check out that video with all of that information. Now, because Dejanay fled the country, this is another determining factor as to why the why the charge is considered a femicide instead of a homicide. The fact that the body was left behind, it was recorded, and it was extremely violent are all reasons why this was considered or is considered a femicide. In addition to the fact that the crime was committed on a woman. That's what a femicide is. I had never even heard of a femicide until this case began. So, you know, just me following up on the different things that's happening in this case and doing the research on the different terminology and stuff like that, I'm definitely learning a lot, and I'm, you know, teaching you guys a lot about what is happening with this case as well. Now, the other piece is, since it was a recording, the people who were recording this heinous crime, they will definitely be held accountable, because a recording of a crime like this or a recording of a situation like this is in fact considered a crime. So, you know, that in itself is going to make the persons, or people I should say, that were recording be held responsible and accountable for their part that they took in this situation. So this is what's going to happen once the red file is released. Once the red file is released, the person in question, which we believe is Dejanay Jackson, who the warrant is for, will be exposed, as well as where she live, where she work, and her relatives, and much more. So all of that information will be exposed as soon as the red file is released. The process of releasing the red file will take about 15 days, and it all depends on how the US FBI handles the paperwork on their end. So this is why no one has been apprehended as of yet. I know people have been asking and wondering, why hasn't there been an arrest yet? And that's the reason why, because as of now, the US FBI hasn't even completed the paperwork. You know, so once they get the red file, once the red file is released to the FBI, they can do the necessary paperwork. And then once they do the necessary paperwork, then there can go ahead and be an arrest once she is apprehended. So my thoughts on this situation is that the US FBI already knows exactly where the person in question is, which, again, like I said, we believe it's Dejanay Jackson, right? I believe that they know where she's located. However, their hands are tied because they have to follow proper protocol. They got to follow, do this paperwork. And once that's completed, then they can go and apprehend her. So that's what I believe. I don't know for a fact, but I'm pretty sure the FBI knows exactly where she is. I mean, we all know that with the FBI, you can't hide but for so long. They're looking at me right now. According to Geraldo, the information on the arrest warrant will be released as early as next week. So today is November 28th, and by next week sometime, the information on the police warrant will be released. So we should be expecting to have a name of the person who the police warrant is for at as early December or, late November. The other thing that Geraldo talked about is the amount of time that the prosecutors have before they have to complete this case. The prosecutors have 3 to 6 months to complete and close this case. Another important piece of information is that there won't be a trial. There will not be a trial. I guess the prosecutors will have to just present their case, in front of the judge, and the judge has to come to a conclusion. Now, once the person in question makes their declaration, more than likely, she's going to be singing like a canary and implicating other people in this case. More than likely, that is what is going to happen. So, yes, I'm pretty sure that she's going to be singing like a canary, because who in the hell is going to go down for a crime like this by theirself in a Mexican prison? Who's going to do that? Not me. I would be singing. I would be shouting. I mean, any and everything that I could do to make sure that I'm not the only one being held accountable for this situation. I'm snitching. I'm telling. I don't care what you think, what you say, what you thought. It doesn't matter. I am telling. I'm telling. I'm not going down by myself. Not in no Mexican prison. Hell, I'm not even going down by myself in an American prison. So I know for a fact that no ma'am. No. Now, don't get it twisted. There are some people that will go down. You got to be a bad mofo to do something like that, though, because, baby, ain't no way. There is no way at all. Anyway, that concludes this video. Let's continue to keep Shanquella and her parents in our thoughts and in our prayers. Keep on saying her name, and when it's all said and done, justice will prevail, and at that time, at least her parents can get a little bit of peace. because I know no matter what happens, whether this case is closed, still open, or whatever the case may be, they'll never have any real peace in their hearts, because losing a child has to be the most painful experience. So yeah, but at least, you know, once this is all over and justice is served to those who are responsible for this young lady's death, at least they can get a teeny bit of peace. But with that being said, until next time, I'll catch you on the next video. Peace.